myself Shweta Shah. I am your instructor for the subject Computer Organization and Architecture. In this subject, we have started Unit 5, that is Central Processing Unit. In this unit, we are going to see today the topic that is RISC and CISC and Overlap Resistor Window. So let me start with the first topic, that is RISC and CISC. Here, many computers have instruction set that includes more than 100 and sometimes even more than 200 instructions. This computers also employs a variety of data types and large number of addressing modes. This kind of a computer with a large number of instructions are classified as a complex instruction set computer, or you can short form it as a CISC. For example, IBM 370. This is a CISC computer. In early 1980s, a number of computer designers recommended that the computer that uses fewer instructions with the simple construct so that they can be executed much faster within the CPU without having use of memory as often. This type of structure or this type of computer is classified as a reduced instruction set computer or RISC. So this two type of structure is possible, that is CISC, complex instruction set computer, or RISC, that is reduced instruction set computer. So first let me see what are the CISC, complex instruction set computer. The major characteristics of the CISC architecture are the large number of instructions, typically from 100 to 250 instructions. Some instructions that perform specialized tasks and used infrequently, for example, division, multiplication, that. A large variety of addressing modes, typically from 5 to 20. All of these addressing modes are used for all instructions. A variable length instruction format. That is clear that if you are using all of these addressing modes, so that your length of the instruction is most going to be of variable length. The instructions that manipulates the operands in the memory, so that directly operand that you have stored into memory that can be manipulated. That means you can directly multiply or divide or add the two content of the memory. Okay, so that type of task also can be possible in this complex instruction set computer. Next one is a characteristics for your RISC computer. The concept of the RISC architecture involves an attempt to reduce the execution time by simplifying the instruction set of the computer. The major characteristics are as follows. The first one is a relatively few instructions. Second is a relatively few addressing mode as compared to CISC architecture. Memory access is limited to the load and store of the instruction. All operations done within the CPU registers only. Okay, so you have to bring that data into CPU register first, and then you can perform the task. You can't perform directly tasks on the memory content. The instructions are of fixed length and easily decodable. Okay, and the single cycle execution for all of these instructions. The hardwired rather than the microprogrammed control we are going to be used. In a CISC architecture, we are going to use this microprogrammed control, while in a RISC architecture we are going to use hardwired control. Next characteristics are like this: a relatively large number of registers in the processor unit, so that you doesn't require to access memory too frequently. Okay, and the use of overlap resistor window to speed up your procedure of call and return. Efficient instruction pipelining. First thing, we have used shorter instruction, and second thing, we are going to use this instruction in form of pipelining, so that by both of this achievement or both of these characteristics, your instruction is going to be executed faster. The compiler support for the efficient translation of the higher level language program into machine level program. So these are the characteristic. In this characteristic, we have seen one thing, that it uses the overlapped register window to speed up the procedure of the call and return. So next we will see what is this overlapped register window for this RISC architecture. This overlapped register window, some RISC processor uses this overlap register window to provide the passing of the parameter and avoid the need of saving and restoring this register value. Each procedure call result in a allocation of the new window consisting of a set of register from the register file for use by this new procedure. Each procedure call activates a new register window by incrementing a pointer, while return statement decrement the pointer and causes the activation of the previous window. The window for adjacent procedures have overlapping registers that shares to provide the passing of the parameter of the result. So in this way we can consider like this, all procedures are connected in a ring manner. Okay, one procedure is connected to its next procedure also and its previous procedure also. So let me see with one example. The concept of this overlap window is illustrated in this figure by using of the 74 resistor. This R0 to R9 resistor are global resistor that hold the parameters that is shared by all procedure. The other 64 resistors are divided into 4 windows that are windows are A, B, C and D. Each resistor window is consisting of total 10 local resistors, 2 set of 6 resistors that are common to adjacent window, that is to the previous window and next window. And local resistors are used for storing a local variable. The common resistors are used for exchange of the parameter and result between these adjacent procedures. The only one resistor window is activated at any given time, that a pointer indicating the window. Okay, so let me see what is this overlap resistor window. Here R0 to R9 are the global resistor that can be used by any procedure. Then R10 to R15 are the common for the procedure A and B. Then R16 to R25 resistors are local for the window A. Then R26 to R31 are common for the procedure B and procedure A. Then R41 to R32 are the local for procedure B, and R42 to R47 are common between procedure C and D, and similarly R48 to R57 are local for procedure C. R58 to R63 are common for procedure C and D, and then R64 to R73 are local to the procedure D, and similarly R10 to R15 are common for procedure A and D. So there is one kind of ring connection as that. R0 and R0 to R9 are the global resistors, so that can be used by any procedure. So at a time, if you want to calculate how many resistors are available for this particular window, that will be global plus its local plus its common with next procedure and common with previous procedure. So whenever it required to store data that are local for this procedure, then it will store into this local register. Whenever it requires to store the data that are also required in the next procedure, then it will store in the common register window. For example, for A and B, if that is also required in the B procedure, so it will store into R26 to R31 register. And if some data are like that are required by all of this procedure, then it is going to be stored into your global registers. So let me see how this calculation can be done for this overlap resistor window. In general, organization of a resistor window will have following relationship. The number of global resistor we can indicate it by a G. Number of local resistor for each window we can represent it by L. Number of resistors that are common to two windows, that is preceding window and post window, that is C. And number of windows we can represent it by W. So let me see the number of resistors available for each window can be calculated as follow. That window size can be given as a L plus 2C plus G. That means for any window you have all of its local resistor, common resistor to its preceding process and common resistor to its previous process plus its global. The total number of resistors needed in this processor can be calculated like resistor file R is equals to L plus CV, that is local plus common multiplied by total windows plus global resistor. So for our case, we have total 10 global resistor, 10 local resistor, common resistors are 6 and total windows are 4. So our total resistor will be 10 plus 12 plus 10, that is equals to 32 for each and every window. Okay, and the total resistor file will be 10 plus 6 multiplied by 4 plus 10, that is equals to 74. So each and every window will have total 32 resistor and total resistor in our system or our processor is having 74. Okay. So by this way you can calculate this overlap resistors, how many resistors you have in your RISC system. So we are ending our today's session over here. If you have any query, then you can contact me.